killed my father. This isn't done until they're dead.
Fate is a very humbling thing.
Spinning out of the sleek and bullet-ridden world of John Wick, the upcoming film Ballerina has garnered intense excitement among fans of the franchise and action cinema in general. As the John Wick universe expands, this film promises to deepen the mythology, introduce a compelling new protagonist, and deliver the kind of stylistic action that has defined the series since its inception. Ballerina is not just another spin-off. It is a bold, character-driven thriller that carries forward the emotional and visceral storytelling that made John Wick a global phenomenon. With Ana de Armas stepping into the spotlight, audiences are poised to witness a new kind of vengeance-fueled journey, one that fuses elegance and lethality in a world where survival often comes at the cost of one's soul. The origins of Ballerina were subtly teased in John Wick. Chapter 3, Parabellum, where we caught a brief glimpse into the Rusca Roma Ballet School, a shadowy organization that functions both as a cultural institution and a deadly training ground for assassins. Within its walls, young women are molded into precision instruments of death, taught grace, resilience, and brutal efficiency under the watchful eye of the director. This setting opened up tantalizing narrative possibilities, suggesting a broader world of killers shaped from childhood to become tools for the highest bidder. From that small seed, Ballerina blossoms into a full-fledged tale of personal revenge and existential reckoning. Ana de Armas plays Rooney, a ballerina-assassin whose path of destruction is driven by the murder of her family. Unlike John Wick's dog, which symbolized grief and memory, Rooney's family represents identity and past, making her vendetta one that digs deep into the roots of who she is and what she's been trained to become. The emotional foundation of Ballerina is just as central as its choreographed combat, elevating the narrative above a standard action template. Rooney's journey through the underworld is expected to intersect with some familiar faces from the John Wick saga, including, most notably, Keanu Reeves himself, reprising his role in what has been described as a supporting but significant appearance. The creative decision to include John Wick, even in a limited capacity, signals that Ballerina is not a peripheral offshoot, but an integrated piece of the larger puzzle. This connection not only pleases fans, but reinforces the thematic continuity that ties these films together: a code of honor among assassins, the cost of violence, and the price of freedom. One of the most compelling elements of Ballerina lies in its visual language. The John Wick films have carved out a distinct aesthetic, blending noir sensibilities with vibrant color palettes, neon-soaked cityscapes, and intricate fight choreography that borders on balletic. Ballerina takes this visual identity and infuses it with even more elegance and femininity. The fights are expected to mirror dance, reflecting Rooney's background while offering fresh spins on the gun-fu and close-quarters combat that fans have come to crave. Every motion, every confrontation carries both beauty and danger, turning each battle into a violent performance. Behind the camera, the film is in good hands. Directed by Len Wiseman, known for his work on Underworld and Live Free or Die Hard, there's a clear understanding of kinetic action and world-building. Wiseman brings a sharp visual eye and a flair for sleek, stylized storytelling that complements the John Wick universe. The screenplay, penned by Shay Hatton, who also contributed to John Wick 3 and Army of the Dead, ensures continuity of tone and lore. Hutton has proven adept at navigating complex narratives within fantastical yet grounded worlds, and Ballerina benefits from his grasp of character-driven action. Ana de Armas, coming off the heels of her performance in No Time to Die, has proven herself more than capable in the realm of physical roles. Her blend of vulnerability and strength makes her an ideal fit for Rooney. In Ballerina, she's not just executing stunts, she's channeling raw emotion through each movement, each strike, and each kill. This emotional resonance is crucial. It's what separates this film from being a mere clone of John Wick. Where Wick's grief was internalized and stoic, Rooney's is fiery and explosive, giving the film a different emotional flavor. Her arc promises complexity, not just a trail of bodies, but a transformation shaped by trauma, vengeance, and perhaps redemption. Another layer that sets Ballerina apart is its deeper dive into the Rusca Roma. This organization, shrouded in ritual and discipline, offers a fascinating cultural backdrop that hasn't been fully explored in previous films. Through Rooney, audiences are likely to see the cost of indoctrination and the pressure to conform within a world that values obedience over individuality. Her break from this tradition to forge her own path adds a philosophical dimension to the action, a struggle not only against enemies but against the very system that created her. Familiar figures such as Anjelica Huston's character, the director, may return, adding depth and continuity to the lore. With Huston's commanding presence and the gravitas she brings, her interactions with Rooney could become key emotional and thematic touchpoints. This relationship, mentor, creator, perhaps even antagonist, serves to ground Rooney's rebellion in something personal and intimate. It's not just about avenging her family, it's about severing ties with a toxic legacy. Furthermore, Ballerina explores gender dynamics within the hypermasculine world of professional killing. While John Wick navigated a world of male-dominated institutions and codes, Rooney must operate within and ultimately rise above expectations uniquely imposed upon women in this deadly game. Her journey, therefore, becomes not just a personal reckoning but a challenge to the system itself, exposing cracks in the order, questioning loyalties, and reshaping what power looks like in this underworld. The action sequences, long a hallmark of the John Wick series, promise to evolve in Ballerina. While gunfu remains a staple, the choreography will incorporate more acrobatics, close-quarters combat, and weapon improvisation tailored to Rooney's training. Whether it's fighting with point shoes, turning pirouettes into evasive maneuvers, or blending dance with martial arts, the film seeks to innovate on what audiences have seen before. Each fight scene tells a story, not just of survival, but of emotion, history, and intention. Beyond the fists and firearms, the narrative backbone of Ballerina centers on identity. Who is Rooney without her training, without her family, without her vengeance? That question drives the film forward, as she uncovers truths about those who betrayed her and confronts the possibility that her rage may not be enough to fill the void left behind. In this sense, Ballerina is as much a psychological thriller as it is an action film, inviting audiences to look past the bloodshed and into the heart of a woman sculpted by loss. In building out this universe, Ballerina also opens doors for future stories. Characters introduced here could spin off into their own narratives, and the intricate alliances and rivalries could echo into future installments. There's even potential for crossover events with other John Wick spin-offs like the Continental series. The world is expanding not in isolation, but organically, with each new story enriching the others. The cinematic universe model is often associated with superheroes, but John Wick has carved its own niche, one grounded in hyper-real action, mythic undertones, and tightly woven storytelling. Ballerina doesn't aim to replace John Wick. Instead, it complements and expands his legacy. It proves that this world is not tethered to a single protagonist, but robust enough to host multiple compelling leads. With the baton passed, however briefly, from Keanu Reeves to Ana de Armas, the franchise evolves. Musically, expect a moody, pulse-pounding score that fuses classical ballet motifs with electronic beats. The contrast between elegance and aggression is reflected not only in visuals but also in sound, turning each scene into a symphony of chaos and control. The cinematography will lean heavily into shadows and light, using symmetry, mirrors, and reflections to echo Rooney's internal struggle. In a world where every choice is lethal, every glance matters. Behind the scenes, the production has reportedly taken its time, focusing on quality over haste. The action sequences are meticulously rehearsed, with Ana de Armas undergoing months of intensive training to master both ballet and combat. This commitment ensures authenticity, not only in form, but in feeling. Every bruise, every breath, every movement carries weight. As the film nears its highly anticipated debut, expectations are sky-high. Yet, Ballerina doesn't shy away from the challenge. Instead, it embraces it, pushing the boundaries of what a John Wick film can be. By centering a female lead and weaving elegance into brutality, it crafts a unique identity within a familiar framework. Fans of the franchise will appreciate the callbacks, the hidden symbols, the shared lore, but even newcomers will find much to latch onto in Rooney's story. It's a tale of resilience and rage, of creation and destruction, of finding one's voice amid the noise of violence. Ballerina promises not just spectacle, but soul. In the ever-growing mythos of John Wick, it earns its place not as a side story but as a bold new chapter. As bullets fly and pirouettes spin, the message is clear. Revenge may be a dance, but it's one best performed with purpose. Through Rooney, the legacy of John Wick lives on, not as an echo, but as a crescendo.